Did you know that you're able to manifest with the power of your pleasure? This can work different based on if you're anatomically male or female, because the way we experience pleasure in our bodies based upon our reproductive systems is different. Today is a full moon, and full moon energy is a very powerful time for manifestation. I have a program for women, the orgasmic manifestation method, and share with them how, with the phases of the moon and with our cycles and their pleasure, that they can amplify their manifestation. And with women, we're able to powerfully manifest during a full moon. That's we want to set the intentions earlier in the month with the new moon and plant the seeds of what our intentions are. And then going through the phases of the moon, when it's a full moon, do certain rituals and practices that involve our pleasure so we can amplify our intentions and send it out into the universe with law of attraction. I want you to think about the time when you're in that moment of climax. It feels like an out of body experience. It's almost like we're taking our energy of our bodies outside of ourselves and projecting it more into the universe. And then when we're in those states of consciousness and those states of pleasure, we can also say a mantra that encapsulates what our intentions are and help bring that into fruition. There are some caveats with this. There are some do's and don'ts. We never want to manipulate other people or impose our will on others, because we need to respect other people's free will. I dive more into that within my manifestation programs. This is different though for men and women, because on the full moon, women, when we're in that energy of being fully orgasmic and having those highly pleasurable states of arousal, we're able to amplify our ability to manifest. Men, their energy for this is diminished on a full moon. And men, if you want to try this out, it is a full moon, so you can see and experience in your body how this works. For men, you get drained with having ejaculatory orgasms. So if you're able to do semen retention and have non-ejaculatory orgasms, which is something that I teach my clients, then you're able to participate in things like this on the full moon. But if you ejaculate on a full moon, you'll find that your body feels more depleted energetically. Now, in the Taoist beliefs, which are very connected to Tantric beliefs, there's a lot of similarities there. They believe that the reason, on average, the lifespan of females is longer than males is because men will lose their life force or chi energy, vital force energy, with each ejaculation. Whereas women, we get charged up with orgasmic energy. That's why after lovemaking, you'll see that males who are having ejaculatory experiences, they quickly will fall asleep and be tired and be depleted. Their battery, imagine like the battery on your phone is lowering and not as energized or charged up. Whereas women will be more talkative and energetic after we have an orgasmic state, because we're more charged up by that. And being more charged up with this energy helps us put more charge and energy into our intentions and manifest in the world. There are times that women will not feel energized with orgasmic energy or after making love. When women have this mindset that pleasure and the experiences in the bedroom are for their partner or for their lover and not for themselves, if they're always giving and not open to receiving, that can feel very draining to their life force energy. Or if they're carrying a lot of shame or judgments about themselves with this experience, then that can lower that vibration and make them feel depleted energetically. That can come into play too. If you've experienced that, that can be a piece of the puzzle as to why that's happening. But for males wanting to be more into manifestation, doing a pleasure practice and where you're having orgasmicness, that is better for you at the time of the new moon, because the new moon is impacting your body in a different way. You can play with this now. You can try today and have an experience of having an ejaculatory orgasm and then checking in and see how you feel energetically the next few days. I did have a lover, and he was much younger than me, so he should be young and have a lot of vitality and energy. And I was sharing with him, you don't want to finish whenever it's a full moon. You want to be aware of that. And he wasn't really sure if what I was saying was accurate. He's like, I've never heard of such a thing before. Then he noticed when we were together and he did that, he was like, wow, I noticed how drained and how tired I was for the next few days. Whenever you are having an ejaculatory experience, everything that would make the DNA to create another human being, all that life force energy, all of the fluids that come out of your body could create how many millions of lives, right? Your body needs to replenish that reserve. That's why you can feel a little more drained afterwards. And the moon pulls on our body energetically, just the way it pulls on the tides of the ocean. Our bodies are made of 70% water. So it does have this gravitational pull on us, even on a cellular level, as our cells are filled with water too. It is very different between men and women how you're doing this, but I have had male clients that will start to increase their magnetism, start earning more money, attract more women, having people come up to them, having better experiences when they're not constantly depleting their life force energy. I did have a client that he was watching adult videos frequently, and he was finishing and having a climax about 3 to 5 times a day. He was wondering why he was having negative experiences in his life, and he just wasn't having that energy, that oomph to really go for the things in life that he's passionate about. If you see in the back here, I have this book, Think and Grow Rich. There's a chapter dedicated to this about sexual transmutation in the chapter on the mystery of sex. But this book was published in the 1930s. Even almost 100 years later, it is so frowned upon, and I can get so much pushback from me trying to educate about these things. You can imagine that was very edgy for Napoleon Hill to share in this book. And at the time, he was interviewing the most successful men of that era. What were they doing in their lives? What were their habits, their routines for them to be wealthy and successful? And one of the common themes that he was seeing was these men were tapped into their life force energy and not having frequent ejaculations. So males can have non-ejaculatory orgasms. That is a semen retention practice, which I do teach male clients. Now, it takes a while to learn these things. This is not something you should try to figure out on your own, because you'll end up just being frustrated by it, because you've already been used to experiencing pleasure one way for so many years, even as a teenager, and your body, with your brain being your largest sex organ, your body has these pleasure pathways with neuroplasticity that it's already created and tapped into. So you're used to, it has this like habitual routine of doing things. You haven't really tapped into that experience of being able to experience something different, because no one's ever let you know that's possible. What I share with clients is ancient wisdom of thousands of years ago, but made modern and effective for your everyday world in your life. When my client was finishing 3 to 5 times a day, and I said, for 2 weeks, I want you to not have any kind of ejaculation. Do not do that, and see how your energy shifts. He was like, wow, people are approaching me. He closed a 7-figure deal in his company, the biggest deal that had been closed in 3 years since that company had opened. He was seeing other opportunities. He was being more proactive and going for his goals and being more focused and having more clarity. This is really powerful for your life. I don't believe in the complete like no FAP and you should never have an emission. I believe that you should learn how to have full body orgasms and have full body pleasure so that you're charged up instead of depleted. Just like you plug in our phones, we can think about our devices more than we think about ourselves. Oh, my battery's on 0%. I better hurry and charge it up. But us, we will literally be running on fumes and not looking at, how do I need to charge up myself energetically? Females, whenever we're in orgasmic states, we can get really charged up if we're able to experience the type of lovemaking that we desire. If we're just there and we feel that we're in service to the man, and the man is like, it's just about me and my ego. And I'm not saying all men are like this, but there are enough men that are like this. And that's where women will think, oh, I really am not that interested in it, because they're not really getting fulfilled in the way that a woman can. Women can have multiple climaxes and have heightened levels of pleasure and prolonged states of pleasure. That for me is how I experienced my Kundalini awakening 10 years ago and started me on this path. But because of the difference in the pleasure cycles between males and females, men will usually finish faster before a woman can really even get ramped up into those higher states of ecstatic bliss. So women don't even know that's possible for them. It's game over before they can even get into tapping into that experience and having that possibility. When women are aware of this, they will desire lovemaking intimacy even more than men, because it is such a powerful charge and charges up our life force energy as well. And whenever we have blocks in our chakras, like this diagram behind us, the orange wheel is at our sacral chakra. Whenever we have shame about our pleasure, about our bodies, our sensuality, we're blocking that power center in our body. That pleasure center is also, it's again, pleasure center. It's linked to our pleasure, to our creativity, to our life force energy, many things from that part of our bodies. And we are literally disempowering ourselves when we shut ourselves down from shame and we feel shame about our body, our pleasure, and our desires. Again, it is the full moon. Think about what it is you're wanting to manifest, to call into your life. Dance. In tribal times, we would dance so much more, and we would share that energy that would charge us up and really energize us, and is really deeply healing the power of dance too. Dance under the full moon, enjoy your body, experience pleasure, and approach pleasure as another way of being self-loving to yourself, because pleasure is medicine. But if you want some one-to-one guidance or to be in one of my programs where you can be more deeply supported, just feel free to check out the description and the links below. Go to yestantra.com and apply for a complimentary discovery call to see how I can best support you with your goals and help you overcome any challenges that you're having. If you're wanting to learn more about this, please subscribe and share this video with a friend. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Blessings, everyone.